go to questions right.
Hey guys, Kiko25X here. Bringing you guys Jeff Jones' deck profile from the Jeff Jones Kevin Silva match. He was running Harpies, so we're going to be bringing that to you guys pretty quickly. We have Kaylin Nelson here on the live stream with Jeff Jones at the moment, so they will be taking over and getting started whenever they are ready.
Oh, they have a whole bunch. Did you buy them?
Alright, so just sorting through his deck here to get some through things. We can explain tech choices and things like that after we get the profile out to people. So let's just go through the monster lineup.
Alright, for monsters, I have one Zephyros. Billy City didn't like the card at all. Every time I played it, I really liked it. It's basically a free discard for Hysteric Party. It's a wing beast, so you can make 0 fine with it. I think it's really solid. One pet dragon. I don't like 2. Billy opened up with it like at least 7 games yesterday. It's necessary, you have to run it.
Absolutely.
Thunder King, which I think is one of the best monsters in this format. I made it in basically every deck I play that runs multiple trap cards. I run, I think, 17 trap cards or something like that. Shuts down a lot of decks. Sometimes you just can't play cards, and especially in Spider Fist, if you have Thunder King like 2 or 3 back rows, it's basically a game.
Absolutely, really hurts the Fire Fist and even the Hieratic matchup. Not being able to use the
I like Hieratic too, and you can stop their summons because all of them are inherent, basically.
He's very versatile right now.
Yep. I use 2 Cyber Harpy, then 1 Harpy Lady number 1. A lot of people are running 3 of this card. I used to run 3 of this card back, but it was Dragon format, so it was less relevant. But Cyber Harpy Lady attacks over all the Fire Fist monsters by herself, and 1 Harpy Lady number 1. It's decent in different situations. Her effect is relevant, like boosting Chidori up to 22, because a lot of Chidori is pretty weak. It's just 22, it's hard to get over, so it can survive.
Absolutely.
So I use 2.
I'm going to Hysteric's party play.
Yep, I'm just Hysteric Party, boosts everything up and helps the game go through. 3 Harper Queen, of course. 3 Dancer, which honestly, I think Dancer is the best Harpy, even more than Channeler. You can't bottomless it. It automatically can pop you 2 cards against people who, against less than great players. Dancer can single-handedly win you games from just getting free advantage. I just love it. It's my favorite. I run 3. Some people run 2. I think I run 3. And then Channeler. I mean, obviously, like the deck would probably do nothing about Channeler, but even though I say Dancer's the best, like Channeler like helps the deck get everything.
Absolutely, Channeler's probably the strongest, whereas Dancer would be the best.
Yeah. For spells, I always have Hysteric Sign.
Because you got to get that costless advantage, right?
Yep, Hysteric Sign. I'll talk about the mushroom. I don't run Tempest. I don't think Tempest is very good, and I don't run Summoner Monk. Summoner Monk is only ever good when you have Hysteric Sign, but when you have Hysteric Sign, your hand is already good. So Summoner Monk makes good hands better and bad hands worse, and that's really like a bad way to play Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion.
Absolutely.
And also like it gets Valor and Maxi. Valor's already like kind of like hurts this deck somewhat when they hurt Valor Chidori or Valor Harpy Channeler, and I'd rather not have that happen more than it needs to be.
Absolutely.
So, 3 Hysteric Sign, 3 Harpy Signing Ground, 1 Book of Moon, and 1 Elegant Egotist. I only run 1 of this. I was actually considering playing 2 again, just because the deck does run lower monsters. So, running if you have like 1 monster, Elegant Egotist is basically another monster. I might go back to 2. I don't run Dark Hole. I don't feel it's that relevant. Billy said he likes Dark Hole because sometimes you have a hard time getting over big monsters, especially if they're backed with a Baylor. I never really had the big part of a time, but again, I've only played this in a local for like 4 weeks or whatever. We're mainly filled with Fire Fist and Constellars.
Which they don't really put out very many massive monsters.
Yeah, not like Hieratic does or something like that. For traps.
So then the traps, which you run the most of.
3 Venus Chain. It's really solid. One of the reasons I like this card is that it can stick around. So when your opponent starts to play better and not set cards, it's a card that you can summon a Harpy and pop. So you don't have to destroy your other cards, which is really that's really important. Because sometimes when playing it, you can't summon cards and risk of destroying your own cards and taking minuses.
Exactly.
So I really like that. This card is really bad versus Hieratic, so Against everything else, it's fine. Fire Fist, Mermails, Gear Gia is decent. But Hieratics, it's really bad. If that deck gets popular, I want to point this out. All the Hieratic decks here today lost in their top 16 match. So hopefully that makes people not run it as much. It's degenerate. It loses to itself. I don't think it's the best deck. Yeah, Phoenix Chain, really good, obviously. Hysteric Party, the most powerful card in the deck by far. Return from the Dimensional Harpy Lady, single-handedly wins you games from nowhere. Summons 3+ guys, deal 4,000, 6,000 damage, big cowboy. There's no reason not to run 3. 2 Mirror Force. Mirror Force is really freaking good right now. I don't know what happened because for the while it was just no one would run Mirror Force. It was not good at all. But now it just got really good all of a sudden.
People just start running into it.
Yeah, people run into it left and right. I'm so surprised. It's like people forgot it was a card and people just.
I think for people forgot that it was a card that was at 2. So for example, in the Fire Fist match between Billy and Fire Fist in the top 16 just now, they used Gorilla and hit face down. Billy played it off and ended up running into the second
Mirror Force. And Mirror Force is super solid right now, and I'm happy about that because there aren't a lot of good trap cards that you can work anymore. 2-Dimensional Prison. This is a card that not a lot of people are running right now also. Billy didn't run this in the main event. It was a change we made afterwards over Icarus Attack and a third mistake. But again, because you run low monster counts, protecting your monsters is really important. It's actually really good against the Hieratic deck outside of Sue, because they don't really win with Hieratics, they win with Dragon Rulers, and they're going to keep trying to summon Dragon Rulers and swing, and you can just Dimensional Prison them, and they don't really have a whole lot of search targets, and even so, you get rid of it for good, and that's how they win. It's not even a Hieratic deck, it's a Dragon Ruler deck. So Dimensional Prison is super solid right now. And 2 mistakes down from 3. Billy ran 3 in the main event, going down to 2. It's decent for almost everything. I really don't. It doesn't hurt the deck that much. The deck has Harpy Queen, which you can't discard, and then you can't use Hysteric Sign. Harpy Queen's still a monster you can summon though, so it's fine. Every time I open up with this card, I feel. If I go first and open with this card, I feel super safe for the entire match.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 Trapstun. Before this event, this card was Forbidden Lance. Then I realized Trapstun can help with turning off the stake if you need to, and also if someone tries to Typhoon your party after it's resolved, you can Trapstun your party and keep things there, as well as just shutting down all the back rows in general.
It does the same exact thing that Lance was doing for you, protecting a monster.
Right. It just took it just accepted. It's reactionary. So we have 2 of those, and then we just have warnings, rental, and then bottomless.
No compulsory evacuation device?
No, I hate that card right now. Every time I have that card, I hate it. I do not like compulsory right now at all. It just doesn't do enough, I don't think. It's obviously good to 1-for-1 seize monsters, but I don't think it's good. It's not good versus Fire Fist, which was the most popular deck in our top 16. 7 out of the top 16 are running it. It's not good.
All of them moved on.
Yeah, but it's not that good versus Mermails. You can hit Gaios, but they gain advantage from summoning the Gaios already. I really don't like it that much. There's probably some decks that it's okay in, but like in this deck, I definitely don't like it.
Absolutely. So then we have just 2 things left. We have extra deck and the side builds.
Yep. For the extra deck, I had 2 Zerofying, which is that and obviously Lady Chidori are the 2 best cards. She gets really big, negates everything, negates power cards. If Billy made this card game 1 against his opponent, he definitely would have won. He would have negated everything and then freed up his back rows to Trapstun his opponent and kill him. It's my favorite card in the extra deck for sure.
Absolutely. It's definitely one of the most powerful.
Yep. It's funny because it's only a rare, and I don't think a lot of people realize. Even someone walked over after watching Billy's match, wow, that Zerofying card's really good. I was playing on DN the other day against the new Lightsword and stuff, which is really good, and I summoned this card against him, and he's like, oh wow, that card's really good, and I got kind of angry because he's like, oh yeah, my card's so good when you have like 3 Judgment Dragons in your hand right now, But and then 3 Lightning Chidori. A lot of people run 2. I ran 3 because I kept wanting to make 1 early game, and then like off of Hysteric Party wanting to make 2 more.
Just to get rid of back row and to get rid of
get rid of everything starting at the top. I ran 2 Queen Dragon Edition, which a lot of people don't. It's generic, and it brings back. Basically what happened was at my locals, I made this, and it died. In a later game, I needed another generic card that did something, and I realized, oh man, I really wish there was a Queen Dragon Edition to get back Harpy's Pet Dragon and leave me in a really good, who's a good defender, 2,500 and I think 22. And I don't think there are any other good generic monsters besides Maestroke, and I really hate Maestroke right now. I started cutting it from almost all my extra decks. I don't think it's that great.
Absolutely. Will Silent Honors replace?
Oh yes, absolutely. Yep, definitely will be replacing with Silent Honors and then one Exciton Knight somewhere. This will do that for Silent Honors tonight.
Absolutely, because it doubles the same thing as a defender, if not just immediately just taking it.
Yep, it's sort of things that are problems. Then we have level 7s. We have Dracosack, Big Eye, and Master of Blades. Dracosack, obviously the most versatile against most matchups. Big Eye, and then Master of Blades, which is my favorite because a lot of decks right now don't have many outs not being able to be targeted, especially Fire Fist.
Absolutely.
Then we have Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon.
How often do you actually end up going to that?
I'd say my locals are about 6 rounds. I'd say 1 in 6 rounds. So I'd say if you played an entire tournament here and made it to the finals, you'd probably make it twice. I don't know if Billy made it, but a lot of times just being able to, if your opponent's at like 4,000, 6,000, whatever, like this, if they don't have a dark hole, it takes 3 times per game. Next one is different. Steel Storm Roach, Hieratics are a thing now. This card's very important. This card will single-handedly win you the game against Hieratics with back rows. Diamond Direwolf, a lot of times in the start party, you can go into Diamond Direwolf, pop itself, and pop something else like a back row to free up 2 Harpies in grave, and start party, then back and go for game. Gyre Cowboy, which I was considering running 2 of also. That's another card because Billy also said that after you partied, he needed 2 Cowboys per game after packing with 4 monsters. So that could be a possibility too. And then Abyss Dweller, which is gone up in price and usability now. It's really good against Hieratics, Mermails. Really important card.
So then, last part of it is the side deck, which is more of a meta call as opposed to what you used to actually run, because everybody's area is a little bit different.
Everyone's a little bit different. For me, it was of course, the best card of my side deck.
Absolutely.
Blackborn of Heaven. This card is insane in certain matchups, especially Hieratics.
As we can see from your match last night.
Yeah, single-handedly won me the match against Heaven each time we played. I love it so much. It's really good against things like Concealer. So you have to resolve ladies, basically. Good against Georgia. It's all their stick rows and Xyz summons. And of course, yeah, Hieratics. Then I had Dimensional Prison, Soul Drain, which basically function the same thing against graveyard-based decks like Mermails. Also, this is good against Relics. This also functions good. So, 2 Light Inquisiting Mirror, good against Constellar, Bujin, and then Hieratics. Some Hierat decks don't run Nebet, one that destroys monsters. If they do, I would side it in against them. If they just run Tefnuit, Sue, and Esset, I would not side this card in against them. Which is why I sided this in against Heaven, because it uses a Nebet. Then we have 3 Typhoons, things like, obviously, Fire Fist, important to deal with all the fire formations and other back rows. Dark Hole, it's good against, I don't really like that card very much, but I sided it against when I'm going second. And 2 Vanity's Emptiness is good against, obviously, Hieratics and Mermails, and 2 Vasadina. Same thing, Hieratics and Mermails.
Absolutely. Would you change either in the side deck going into a format knowing that the 3 big decks, based on what just won at the YCS in Australia, we're looking at Haddock Rulers, of course, the Fire Fist deck because of how successful it's been here, and Girya Kar Curry, just straight Girya, or not Girya, it was just Kar Curry.
Yeah, it was just straight
Kar Curry winning YCS Australia.
Yeah, and good job to DS Summon from online. He is from Singapore, went all the way there and then won again. I follow his blog and his post online. I was really surprised that his deck won. I don't really know how, because I love Kar Curry. I've used it in tournaments. I made top 16 with him before. So I give him mad props for going with straight Kar Curry and winning. But yeah, I don't know. that's a really tough one because the Hurric is OTK, so it's going to give you a lot to respond with. You might have to do like this card's obviously like Blackthorn again is like really good against Karakuri, and then like things like Fossil Dinos and Macros.
That was Jeff Jones' deck from ARG Nashville 2013. So we'll talk to you.